Associated with performance and release of national exam results, Machogu neither announced the ranking of best performing students nor schools. Today on News Desk, we take you to different parts of the country to get reactions from various schools. Welcome to the bulletin. My name is Fatia Mohammed Noor. Now let's begin by listening in to Education CS Ezekiel Machogu.
881,416 candidates sat the 2022 KCSE examinations compared with 826,807 candidates in 2021. This represented an increase of 54,609 candidates, that being 6.60%. Of the total number of candidates that sat the 2022 KCSE examination, 443,644 were male, while 437,772 were female, representing 50.33% and 49.69% of the total candidature, respectively. This statistic means the country has achieved gender parity in much the same way as we have done at the primary school level. In the 2022 KCSE examination, 17 subjects recorded a significant improvement in performance, compared with 11 subjects that recorded a significant improvement in performance in 2021. There was no significant change in performance in 4 of the subjects over during the 2022 KCSE examination. There were 1,146, making 0.13% candidates who obtained an overall A grade in the 2022 examinations, compared with 1,138, which was 0.14% candidates in 2021. On the other hand, the number of candidates with minimum university entry qualification of grade C plus and above has risen to 173,345, forming 19.03% in the year 2022 KCSE examination, compared to 145,776, which was 17.55% in 2021. The number of candidates with mean grade D plus and above in the 2022 KCSE examination is 522,588, which is 59.14%, compared with 442,251, which was 53.29% in 2021. Encouragingly, the number of candidates obtaining a mean grade of E declined significantly to 30,822, which is only 3.49%, despite the increase in candidature.
Right, now let's talk to our reporters. Of course, we have Alan Ochanda, who is in Butere Girls. We also have Gloria Milimu, who's at Kenya High, and Elvis Kosgei at Kapsabet Boys. But I want us to just start off with our reporter, Alan Ochanda, who is in Butere Girls. Alan, good afternoon. What is the mood like at Butere Girls?
Well, Fathia, the KCSE, the national examination is already out, and of course we've actually been visiting several schools in the Western region. Remember that in the morning we began with Kakamega School, and now we are actually at Butere Girls here, of course, the national school here in Kakamega County. And so remember that such national schools have actually had a higher enrollment, and of course the candidate class, of course, has had more than 400 candidates, but of course living to their standards and their names here. And so remember that just in tandem with the, of course, making public the results of the KCSE done last year, we've also seen here the Butere Girls really posting impressive results here, just like other schools. But of course, we are now just concentrating on Butere Girls here, where out of a candidature of 478, they have actually managed 16 straight A's, but let's just speak to the deputy principal here to just break down the results for us here, because of course, also comparing with last year's results here as to whether they performed dismally, they improved, or they maintained the same miniscore here. Karibu sana, madam. Maybe just tell us your name. Of course, you're actually on KTN News Live at 1. Just tell us your name, your position here, and just break down to us the results here this year.
Thank you very much. My name is Paula Anyiso. I'm the Deputy Principal in charge of discipline.
Maybe just break to us down the results, see how many A's, A minus, B plus, B, and of course the mean too.
Correct. Now, this year, the KCSE 2022, we managed to score 16 A plane. And of great happiness to us as a school is out of the 16 A's, we have 5 girls who scored a straight A. We have, last year we had 9 girls, so this number has gone up to 16. A minus, we have 56, up again from last year's number of 46. At B plus, we have 97, up from last year's number of 88. At B plane, we have 104. Candidates. Our percentage pass stands at 89.43, with 423 girls out of 473 girls scoring C+, which is the possible entry to the university. This gives us a lot of pleasure as a school, and we thank God for these impressive results.
Maybe, madam, we can see the results are quite impressive there. Of course, a candidate of 473 and still managing that particular miniscore is actually quite impressive. But one question here, we've seen the CS in the past years now vacating that tradition of ranking the best students, and also not really mentioning those students who performed maybe quite impressively nationally. Has that maybe dented your tradition of celebrating and of course the spirit of competition among the candidates?
It has not. On the ground here, we are very happy because we have actually related with these students. They are like family, and therefore their success gives us as teachers a lot of joy. Therefore, regardless of the fact that they may not be celebrated nationally, here in school we are very happy with their performance. We know them in person, and we actually know that they really worked hard to get to where they are.
Maybe one other key question, have you improved? Have you maybe stagnated at last year's miniscore?
Last year's mean was 8.304. This year's mean is 8.727. So you can see we have an improvement of 0.4, which is actually very impressive considering the circumstances under which these candidates sat the exams and prepared the short time they had due to the disadvantages they suffered due to the corona. But they worked hard, and actually we have a positive deviation, which makes us very proud.
Nice. Thanks so much. Well, of course, that's the Deputy Principal, Butere Girls High School. Maybe also speak to the DOS, Director of Studies at this school. We've seen the results are actually quite impressive, but of course, the candidates are really, the previous year you had more than 500. This year you had these particular results, you had 478, if I'm not wrong. Maybe just tell us, what was the secret in posting such results with the higher candidate class?
Thank you so much. Omondi Musima is my name, Director of Studies. I want to say that first, like the Deputy has said, we are very happy with our results. We know those girls, we understood our clients, and we came up with very good programs that worked for us. As a school this particular year, we came up with a program where there was a lot of mentorship of both cohorts. The top cohorts were mentored, and that is why you can see our A grades have improved from 9 to 16. The bottom are not left behind. We also did a lot of work with them. You can see this year we are only having 3 girls with D+. Last year the number was, I think, 12. That one speaks a lot to the effort the teachers put in place to ensure that these girls were prepared very well.
Nice. Thanks so much. Well, Fathia, the staff here at Butere Girls, really, they will not really hesitate to tell you that, of course, Madam Rachel Ruto, the First Lady, is actually one of them here, being an alumnus of this particular institution. But I understand that my colleague, Gloria Milimo, is actually on standby at Kenya High in Nairobi. Gloria, what says you? How are the results looking in Kenya High?
Well, thank you very much, my colleague Alan Ochanda from Butere. Like you've put it, I'm here at Kenya High, where there's nothing much happening here. As of last year, remember, such a time as this, we'd see a number of parents and even students just streaming in here just to get their results. And there was pomp and color. Unlike today, we're just waiting to see whether that is what will happen. Remember that NEC had abolished ranking of schools due to what they termed as unhealthy school competition. So as of now, we are yet to get to know how the school has performed. But when you look at how they performed in the previous exam, that was in KCSE 2021, the school managed to produce at least 6 top students among the 15 nationally. So we're just hoping to see, we're just waiting actually rather to see how the school has performed this year, because we've not even managed to speak to the principal, though we understand that he's inside. So we're just waiting to see whether they'll come out and just we get to know how the school has performed generally. But when you look at even the just released results, in terms of demographics, boys have managed to perform better than girls. Boys have managed to perform better than girls, something that we saw an increase in, that is in last year's exam in 2021. Girls managed to perform at least better, as much as they were trounced by their counterparts who were male. But we're just waiting to see how this giant school will have performed in this year's exam. But also remember that the CS mentioned that of all the over 800,000 students who sat the exam, they'll have a space in their next level of education. So basically what we're doing is just waiting to see whether parents will be streaming in, whether the students will be streaming in, and get to know the exact results. Right now, I hand you over to my colleague in Kapsabet Boys just to bring us up to speed with what is happening on that end. Over to you, Elvis.
Thank you very much. We're coming to you live from Kapsabet Boys High School in the county of Nandi. We have managed to speak to the chief principal, Mr. Kipchumba Mayo, and he says that they have managed to secure 52 A's, A minus totals to 154, B plus 87, B 84, B minus 26, C plus 5, and C minus 4. Remember, this was a school that topped last year's nationally in the KCSE of 2021. Thank you very much, sir. I'm now joined by you. I understand that we've secured 52 airplane. Can you paint us to that picture? What exactly happened? What was the secret behind your success? And comparing 2021 to 2022 KCSE.
Thank you so much. So far, according to the results we have downloaded, we have so far received 52 airplane and 150 A minor, and we are very happy with a mean of 10.1, and meaning that the results are as last year 2021, and we are very happy about these results.
What was the secret behind your success? Any challenges you encountered?
Well, I want to say there is a lot of teamwork here, very good culture of good performance for a very long time in this school. There is also support from the teachers we get from them, the parents, the Minister of Education, and all the stakeholders who are really working very hard to make sure that the school does very well.
You've indicated that you've secured 10.09. I think this is a slight drop compared to what happened last year. Can you bring us to speed?
Yeah, but it was 10.5. Now we have got 10.1, which is a slight drop. But when you look at the quality grades and also going to university, we have registered around 98% transition to university. Yes.
How's the class of 2022?
Well, the class of 2022 had a very short time, because you remember we presented 2 exams in the same year, and therefore they got a very short time. Actually, the time was very short for them to be prepared to sit for the exams. Yeah.
Your last message to parents out there?
Well, I want to thank the parents for 2022, the candidates, and every other stakeholder who has made the results to be this good. I want to thank everybody who really supported the school.
Do you also have a student who secured A?
Yeah.
Okay. Asante sana. Mkaka unakuita nani? Mambo yalikuwa namna gani?
Jina langu ni Justice Kipruto, mwanafunzi Kapsabet Form 4 2022. Nilimanage kupata A84 airplane ya 84 points. Nataka kufanya medicine and surgery Nairobi University. Naweza pongeza walimu, wanafunzi wenzangu na mtaa kwa ujumla kwa kuniombea nikapata hiyo grade. Nashukuru Mungu sana kwa hiyo grade amenipa ya A84. Nashukuru sana. Nasema ni asante na nimefurahi sana.
What was the secret behind your success and why do you want to pursue medicine?
My secret is just God. I prayed daily for God to help me get that grade. I also work hard. I read hard and just prayers and working hard. And I want to do medicine and surgery so that I can help the sick and help the community in general.
Thank you very much. Lastly, let's hear from the class teacher.
Yes, sir. My name is Butere Daniel. I'm very proud today. As Kapsabet, we have confirmed that we're the best school in Kenya. And there is no way we can go a notch down. I'm very proud of my son here for being top 10.
Yeah. Thank you very much. That was a teacher at Kapsabet Boys High School. And of course, we spoke to the chief principal, Mr. Kipchumba Mayo, and he has indicated that secured 52 A's, A minus 154, B plus 87, B of 84, B minus 26, C plus 5, and a C minus 4 with a mean grade of 10.09. So from Kapsabet Boys High School in the county of Nandi, it's back to his studio.
Right, Elvis, thank you for that. Of course, celebrations at Kapsabet Boys, Kapsabet High, where they have scored at least 52 A's and 154 A minus. Right, we'll be talking to our reporter Sakali Dalmasuta, who is at Kabarak High School. But first, I want us to take a short commercial break. We'll be back with more. Stay with us.
KTN News. Get the whole story.
Je, wajua wa Kenya takriban milioni 6 wameathirika na maradhi ya kichocho yani bilharzia, na wengi wakiwa katika tishio la kuambukizwa? Na je, pia wajua kwamba takriban wa Kenya milioni 10 wanaugua maradhi ya minyoo, huku milioni 16.6 wakiwa katika tishio la kuambukizwa? Kichocho na minyoo ni miongoni mwa maradhi ya kitropiki yaliyopuuzwa na pia kuhusishwa na kiwango kikubwa cha vifo na maambukizi. Kichocho inapatikana hususan katika mkondo wa pwani pamoja na kingo za ziwa Victoria. Hata hivyo, maambukizi yanaendelea katika maendeleo ya bonde la Ufa pamoja na mashariki na magharibi mwa Kenya, huku minyoo ikisambazwa kwa wingi nchini. Kichocho husababishwa kuwepo kwa damu kwa mkojo na kinyesi, upungufu wa damu mwilini, maumivu tumboni, na isipodhibitiwa inaweza sababisha matatizo mengine kama kupanuka kwa ini na wengu, kuharibika kwa figo, saratani ya kibofu cha mkojo na utasa kwa wanawake na wanaume. Mtu huambukizwa maradhi ya minyoo pindi anapomeza mayai ya vimelea kutokana na hali chafu ya mazingira. Mayai hayo hupatikana katika mazingira kupitia kinyesi cha binadamu aliyeambukizwa anapojisaidia hadharani pasipo na vioo. Pia unaweza kuambukizwa ukitembea bila viatu kwa michanga iliyoathirika. Minyoo nayo inaleta upungufu wa lishe mwilini kupitia upungufu wa damu na kuendesha, na katika hali mbaya inasababisha kuziba kwa matumbo. Kwa watoto inapeleka ukuaji duni wa mwili. Lakini kuna habari njema. Kutoka tarehe 19 hadi 23 Januari, Wizara ya Afya wakishirikiana na kaunti ya Mombasa, Kilifi na Lamu, wakisaidiwa na shirika la afya ulimwenguni WHO, Arise, zitapeana madawa kwa walio na tishio ya maambukizi bila malipo yeyote. Wahudumu wa afya wenye tajriba watahakikisha matibabu hayo ni salama na bora. Hakikisha watu wote wa familia yako wapo ili wapate kufaidika na matibabu haya. Tafadhali wasiliana na daktari katika kituo cha afya cha umma kilicho karibu nawe kwa maswali na ufafanuzi wowote. Angamiza
Achieving excellence in your education starts with working smart. And with the Oxford University Press must-haves, you'll have all the tools you need to succeed. Get ahead in English and Kiswahili with the Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary 10th edition and Kamusi ya Kiswahili Sanifu Toleo la 4, 2 essential resources for learning new words, phrases and meanings with examples. And with our 360 Degrees Atlas for Secondary Schools 3rd edition, you'll have access to a wide range of Kenya county maps and continental maps, all aligned to specific topics in the geography syllabus. Don't be left behind. Get your hands on the Oxford University Press must-haves and take your education to the next level. Only buy genuine products. Piracy is...
Hivi sasa tunajadiliana pesa ambazo zitakuja kwa 47 counties in the next 5 years. Na sisi tumesema we want 425 billion shillings kuja kwa 47 counties.
The Naivas Back to Kawa offers. Discounted prices kikawaida.
Kawa bundles, reward points kama kawa.
Selection ngwiko kawaida. Na kawaida uchokozi. Naivas Back to Kawa saves you money kama kawaida.
Welcome back to News Desk. Of course, a very big day for the 2022 KCSE candidates. The results were announced today. I want us to now go to Nakuru County, where our reporter Dalmas Sakali is on standby at Moi High School, Kabarak. Dalmas, good afternoon. What is the mood like there? What is the performance in that particular school?
Good afternoon. I'm coming to you live from Moi High School, Kabarak, of course in Nakuru County. And the school is celebrating, I will say, song and dance here in Moi High School, Kabarak, due to, I will say, excellent results, of course, in comparison to last year's results. The school is celebrating up to now. Of course, results are still trickling in. According to the school principal, they have recorded 34 A's up to now and a total of 128 A minuses, bringing it to a total of 162, I would say, A's. That is A plain and, of course, A minuses. And they are saying their target this year is to transit 100% of their students or candidates from high school to university. You'll allow me to talk to the school principal just to tell us briefly how are the numbers up to now, and to what does she credit these numbers to, just to tell us briefly. Madam Principal, good afternoon. I see you're celebrating, you're singing, you're happy. Maybe tell us briefly, how are the results up to now?
The results are very good. We have gone upwards. Our A's now have gone to 34 and A minus 128, giving us a total of 162. And I know more are still coming in. In another few minutes, we'll have full results. And this is, we can say it is the hard work of the students, commitment, the work of the teachers, early coverage of the syllabus, continuous helping those who are not doing so well so that they are given remedial lessons. These students are also helped all the time to believe in themselves. They are prayed for. They pray for themselves. They believe in God that you can work hard and trust God for whatever you need to get, and you can get. And we are also saying that we have seen a lot of support from our parents who continuously prayed for the students, and our board of directors continuously checking on us, providing all what we needed. And so our school, we really thank God for that. And the students were really disciplined and composed.
Maybe tell us briefly about your top candidate up to now. How many points are we talking about, and what type of a student or candidate will you say he was?
So far we have
a number of students who have done. We have several students with A's. We have one of the students with the A of 83 points. Our students, actually, generally, all of them, if you were to put them together, very hardworking and go-getters, and say self-driven. They are not followed when they are doing their work, and that is how they are able to do well. Yes.
Thank you so much, Madam Principal. Maybe for gender balance issues, you'll allow me to talk to him. I see he's on the front line. Maybe he'll tell us briefly. I see you happy as teachers, as staff of Moi High School, Kabarak. Maybe just tell us briefly. You'll move a bit there. Just tell us briefly how you feel and what will you credit these results to?
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Reverend Dr. Paul Ombati, the chaplain, Moi High School, Kabarak. We are excited because of the result we have received. This student, we gave them the name, the Emmanuels, which means God with us. They worked very hard. Teachers worked very hard. Everybody, parents, and also the students, they also worked very hard. And because of that, today, we are saying we are grateful to God because indeed He has worked with our students, and we are saying on earth we rise as a motto for Kabarak High School.
They are saying we rise, and of course we rise to shine. That is Kabarak here in Nakuru County celebrating good results. And of course one of the schools that has performed exemplarily well in this year's KCSE results. For that is all from me from Nakuru County. Allow me to get back to you in studio.
Right, thank you so much. Of course, Dalma Sakali there at Moi High School in Kabarak. Of course, celebration is still ongoing in the country, but I want to say that's it for KTN home viewers, but we'll still continue on KTN News with more news. Now I want us to just go to Nyeri County and talk to our reporter Clement Masombo, who was at Kangomo High School, and get the latest update on that. Let's take a look.
To the principal of this school, Dr. Silas Mwirugi, who will give us a breakdown of the results that they have so far. Thank you so much, Mwalimu, for joining us on KTN News. How is the breakdown of the results that you have received so far?
So far, so good. And we have 19 A plain, 100 A minus, 112 B plus, 79 B plain. Then we have 40 B minus, then 24 C plus, 12 C, and 5 C minus. That's a normal curve. Those are normal results from the normal student. When you get all those grades up from C minus and above, it tells you that the boys worked, and we have delivered, and we thank God for this. Yes.
And with a mean score of 9.57, comparing to what you got last year, we were here and you were saying you were aiming at 10. You've not made it to 10, but what do you say? What would you say about this year's results?
This year's result is looking at the announcement of the minister is countrywide, because if you look at last year we had 200 something C plus and above. This year they have gone to 178, and Kangomo is also there. And I think by your standard, we had also a large group of around 400 compared to last year of 349, and this is good results. By our standard, I think we live to fight for another day. In Kangomo.
Right. Of course, this just reactions that are ongoing in the country. Let's just take a look at the next bit now and listen into what some of the stakeholders who were present during the ceremony to the results had to say today.
Real changes in the manner in which we are moving away from celebrating just successes and recognizing that people have different challenges in the performance of exams. And the fact that somebody has not performed well does not mean that this person has failed. I think the minister has chosen to give us the fair chance. Examination results are not results of football. They're neither the results of athletics. They're results of achievement of recognition, which are supposed to be intrinsic. Now, the institutions which are there need now to style up. If they have recognized that they are not doing so well, it would be fair that they just pick the results, but not to dance on the streets that we have done so well. Yet we know very well that there are people who have not done so well according to the output as seen in the grades, but they can do well elsewhere, and we don't celebrate them.
Kwa hivyo wakati huu waziri amesema ya kwamba watoto wote watapata penye wataenda. Hata kama watoto wa E watapata nafasi ya kusonga mbele. Watoto wa A kila mtu atapata nafasi yake katika serikali hii. Wataendelea na masomo yao. Hiyo ni kitu muhimu sana ambayo tulikuwa tunaikosa hapo nyuma.
Matokeo yametangazwa na sasa tuna harakati ya kujua watoto wetu wamefanya vipi. Lakini katika matangazo kile kinachonifurahisha ni kwamba watainiwa wa mwaka jana walikuwa wengi kushinda wa mwaka juzi. Ndio kusema kuwa elimu yetu inaendelea vizuri, watoto wanasoma katika nchi. Wakiendelea kuendelea kufika kidato cha 4, inaonekana watoto wetu wanasoma na nchi yetu itaendelea vizuri. Lakini kwa matokeo yenyewe sasa ndio tuko katika harakati. Tujue shule zetu hasa za kibinafsi zimefanya vipi.
Muliona kwamba wakati wa kutazama mitihani kulikuwa na shida pale center moja St. Francis. Nashukuru sana CS na sana chairman wa elimu katika bunge Bwana Meli ambaye amejitokeza kusema kwamba yale ambayo hawa walimu walikuwa wanapitia si mazuri sana, na CS pia akaangazia kwamba terms and conditions and the welfare ya hawa walimu itatazamwa. Sisi kama chama tutafuatilia kuona kwamba vile hawa walimu wako katika mahali pa kutazamia hii mitihani, the marking centers, lazima washughulikiwe vilivyo. Tusiwe na yale ambayo tuliona pale St. Francis.
From today's release, of course, we notice a departure from the normal ranking and mentioning of schools and the rest, which I would say as Kenya Secondary School Heads Association, we welcome that. I think it is something that we have talked in the past, that we stop ranking schools because we are not all operating at the same level. So it becomes difficult to compare the speed of a cheetah and Mzee Kobe, for example, because our facilities in our schools are not the same, and it would not be easy to rank and make the schools compete. So to us, not mentioning the ranking is a welcome idea. But then we need also to move further and say that as we remove that ranking, we still need to go further and ensure that our schools are developed in terms of infrastructure and facilities needed for learning, teaching and learning to almost the same level, because we take the Kenyan child. And it is this ranking that has always led to clamor for certain schools and others. I know even parents who are waiting to see which is school number 1 as they prepare children to go to Form 1. So that has always led to that kind of challenge. But I want to encourage parents to allow the children to go to the schools they have been called, and ask government to ensure that these schools are well facilitated to be able to offer the learning that is needed.
Right, still on the reactions, I want us to talk to our reporter Beldin Waleaula, who is at Mangu High. Beldin, good afternoon. What's the latest there? What is the reaction of the mood like there?
Good afternoon to you, Fathia. I'm at Mangu High School, one of the best boys' schools in the country, where we expect to see that the boys here have performed better than last year. And so far, we have not gotten the breakdown of results of all the students who have on how they have performed. But we'll sure be getting the results and sharing them with our viewers. But just to recap what CS Machogu said is that we've seen more than 1,000 students getting airplanes, more than 4,000 students getting A-. And here at Mangu High School, I'm now joined by one of the students who has scored an clean A with 81 points. So kindly introduce yourself. Tell us, how was the experience here at Mangu High School and how do you feel getting clean air.
Good afternoon. My name is Ian Mugambi. I was a student here at Mangu High School, and the experience in this school has been nice, although it hasn't been a smooth journey. It has been ups and downs, but all in all, you have to keep the faith, you have to keep the trust, and you also need to keep on moving, because there's no room for giving up in this school. If you give up, then you are nobody. So you need to keep on pushing and pushing hard, and that's how I managed to score the A of 81. Yes.
If you can tell us a breakdown of your grades and what are you planning to pursue after this?
I was able to score an A in maths, an A in English, an A in Kiswahili, an A in chemistry, an A minus in biology and physics, also an A minus in history, and business I was able to score a B+. So now I want to pursue civil engineering at the University of Nairobi.
Just before I come back to you for theory, let me just talk to the father to share his experience on how his son performed, and maybe so you can join us. Maybe you can introduce yourself and tell us, how do you feel?
My name is Joseph Gitonga, father to Ian Mugambi, who is a student at Mangu. Incidentally, Mangu is my family school. Even my second-born son is also in this school. I have also another standard 8 student who want to join Mangu again. So first, I must say that Mangu is my school and is my family school. I'm so grateful today that my son has scored a clean A. I personally scored a B-, so he's a way above. He's changed the goalpost. Yes.
And how do you project the rest will perform?
Mangu is a big school. Mangu is a good school. As parents, as teachers, and the students, we've worked very hard. The programs that have been put in place by the school management are so wonderful. We expect great performance. Actually, we want to be Kenya 1. We are hoping to be Kenya 1. It's unfortunate that we never had the ranking from the minister, but we hope that we'll be Kenya 1. Yes.
Thank you so much, Fathia. We'll be keeping tabs on the results at Mangu High School and also Kiambu County at large. Back to you.
Right, Baldin, thank you so much for that. Of course, we are continuing our coverage on the 2022 KCSE examination results. We'll be bringing you, of course, more reactions from other parts of the country. But I want us to take a short commercial break. In our City Center studios, we have Shadrach Miti, who earlier on was at Mtihani House where the results were announced. Let's take that break, then we'll come back to that conversation.
KTN News. Get the whole story.
Getting together for the first time in years was a little bit awkward. Grandpa still tried to entertain us. Mom was always stealing the spotlight from the kids. It wasn't until Grandma cracked a joke
That's my favorite prayer.
that we got back into our groove. In this festive, DSTV is making family time even better with an upgrade.
Stay connected to DSTV and we'll upgrade you to the next package for free.
Global Peace Foundation Kenya and Standard Group PLC, in partnership with the Kenya Private Schools Association KPSA, Center for Mathematics, Science and Technology Education in Africa Semester, UNICAF Kenya, Plan International, Al Khair Foundation, Moringa School and Opinion Track Limited will be hosting the 3rd edition of the Great Places to School Awards Gala Dinner. The gala will be held on Friday, 27th January 2023 from 6 p.m. to 10:40 p.m. East African Time at Sarova Pan-Africa Hotel, Nairobi. You can be part of the awards gala dinner by taking a corporate table or paying for individual tickets or booking an exhibition booth. For more details, please contact Maureen Kemunto on 0715 497859 or Sami Karanja on 0721 751548 or Evans Chelimo on 0725 831024 for more details. For more information about the initiative, please visit our website www.greatplacestoschool.com. Great Places to School initiative, where innovative learning is.
KTN News. Get the whole story.
Of course, it is our ongoing continued coverage on the KCSE examination results that was announced today by CS Ezekiel Machogu. I want us now to talk to our reporter Bramwell Butere, who is at Maseno High. Bramwell, good afternoon. What's the performance of that school like? What can you tell us about that today?
Well, good afternoon, Fatia. As you rightly put it, I'm in Maseno School, and this is one of the top schools in Nyanza. And as I'm talking to you, I'm with the deputy of the school here, who is saying that they have recorded a positive deviation. Last year, for example, they had 20 A's. Today, they are registering 48 A's. So he's just here. I just want to talk to him, probably to tell us what they have done and what they have done right, that they have now registered this positive deviation. Last year, they had, for example, a mini score of 8.8. Today, they are having 9.6. That is a positive deviation of 0.8. So, Mwalimu, thank you for sparing some time to speak to us at KTN News. Probably, how are the results this year?
The results that we are having this year, we've registered a very big improvement of 0.8. Last year we had a mean score of 8.8. This year we have a mean score of 9.6, and we have also increased in terms of top grades. We had a total of 20 A-planes last year, 2021. This year we have a total of 48 A-planes. We had, just to read up to B+, we had 74 A-minuses. This year we have 133 A-minuses. And maybe at B+, we were at 116 the other year. This year we have 141. So the mean score, of course, last year we had 546 candidates. This year we have 552, a marginal increase in number of candidates.
Mwalimu, despite all the challenges that we had last year, you registered a positive deviation. What can you attribute this to?
Thank you so much. Last year, we had a big improvement because of so many reasons. One of them, of course, you are all aware, because of COVID, the year was very short. It was averagely 6 months only to prepare the candidates. But we managed a mean score of 9.6 as a result of the kind of work which we put in as the teachers, because we realized that the time was very short, so we utilized every single second that was available. But most importantly, and I think even it was somewhere in the media last year, is that we really came up with, the principal came up with innovative ideas on how to motivate the students. Actually, for the first time, we flew our top candidates in mock exam to Mombasa, and also had the A- group go to our hotel in Homa Bay, just to go and talk and really get motivated on how they can improve the grades. Actually, the ones who went to Homa Bay, the A- we had in mock were a total of 50, but the A- 44 of them have converted that the grade to A-plane. Again, I would like to say that the candidates of last year were very focused, very disciplined, and therefore they were very easy to work with. And they are best, because when sometimes performance is cyclic, so when it goes down, you really come back when you are roaring like a lion, so that you get real mean grade.
What should we expect this year?
This year, we have candidates. We are going to have a total of averagely 540 candidates, a small drop in the number of candidates, and we expect even better performance this year. This group, in fact, we used to, when we were looking at the whole school, the 2023 group were more focused and forward-looking. So even syllabus coverage, and now that they have a whole year, if we put in the kind of effort that we put last year, then we are expecting big result, probably 10.7, 10.8, around there.
Well, Fatia, those are some of the sentiments by the deputy principal of this school. We're still waiting here for some students who might arrive in the due course, but we are still following up results from all over the region. We have results for Cardinal Lotunga Boys in Kisii. They have scored a miniscore of 10.1. So those are some of the things that we are going to follow up. We're also having results from Butere Boys. They have given a miniscore of 9.2. So those are some of the things that we are going to follow up, and we'll be reporting to our subsequent viewers in our subsequent bulletins. From here in Maseno School, straight back to the studio, Fatia.
Right, Brahma, we're of course there at Maseno High School, just telling us about the performance of that school with regard to the KCSE examination results. Now, I want us to go to our city center studio where our education reporter, Shadrach Miti, is there for us. Shadrach, good afternoon. Of course, earlier on today, you were at Mtihani House where the results were announced. What else did the CS talk about apart from the KCSE results?
Well, good afternoon, Fatia. And of course, you are very right. Today, the release of these exams results came even as the country again is preparing for the highly anticipated rollout of junior secondary education. And so we are just about a week away to the expected junior secondary admission, which will be happening on 30th January. And so some of the issues that came out while we were at Mtihani House were, one, the Teacher Service Commission talked so much about how it has now planned hiring and deployment of 30,000 teachers, a majority of whom will largely go to junior secondary. And so, according to the TSC Chief Executive Officer Nancy Macharia, is that the interviews for the expected 30,000 teachers to be hired are ending today, and thereafter TSC will follow up with immediate employment of the same, so that by 30th January, which is the same day that junior secondary will be, admissions for junior secondary will be taking place, the same teachers are supposed to be in the payroll. And so we're expecting that between now and 30th June, hoping 30,000 new teachers will be in the payroll of the Teacher Service Commission. But still on the junior secondary education, remember last week when the CS was releasing Form 1 placement result, he gave a breakdown of how the government is planning to fund junior secondary education. And so he hinted that the National Treasury had set aside 9.6 billion shillings for the same. But today the CS went further to give a clearer breakdown of the same, that the 9.6 billion shillings will only be used for term 1 and term 2, but then thereafter another money will be appropriated for the same. But most critical again was that for every 15,000 shillings that will be set aside for every learner, that's capitation in all public primary schools, then 4,000 of that will be set aside for infrastructural development, most importantly or particularly the laboratories. But then again, when you speak to some of the stakeholders, they raised some issue with that. Remember, schools are not the same in terms of sizes. We have schools that have more learners and others have fewer learners. So if every learner is going to be deducted 4,000 shillings of the 15,000 capitation amount that will be allocated, it means, for instance, a school that has about 1,000 learners will have a whopping 4 million shillings against maybe a school that has just about 100 or 200 learners, which will now be having about 800,000 or 400,000 shillings. So those are some of the things that now will be looked at. But basically, besides the release of the KCSE results, again, there was a clear layout plan for the highly anticipated junior secondary school rollout, which is going to happen on 30th January. Back to you.
Right, Shadrach Mitida, thank you so much for just letting us know what else the CS talked about today. Now let's move to sports. Last year's Soya winners, 100 meters star Ferdinand Omanyala and 1,500 meters Olympic champion Faith Kipyegon headlined the list in the Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year nominees. Now, Omanyala will battle it out with marathon world record holder Eliud Kipchoge, 800 meters Olympic and world champion Emmanuel Korir, boxer Nick Commander Okoth, and rally star Karan Patel. Let's take a look at the list of the nominees for the awards going down tonight.